Assalamualaikum, my dear students. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. So the topic that we will discuss over there, it is the composition of water. Mainly when we have a simple look on the water molecule, it is mainly composed of the hydrogen and oxygen. But before the year, which is 1776, it was considered as an element. The water was considered as an element. It was the scientist whose name is Henry Cavendish. What he just did, his name is Henry Cavendish. He just proved experimentally that the water is not an element. Basically, the water is a compound, and this is a compound basically made up of hydrogen and oxygen. So, this was the work of the Henry Cavendish who proved that water is a compound. And he just determined the composition of the water in two ways. The first one is composition by volume, and the second was its composition by mass. And when he just experimentally proved its composition by volume, he take an apparatus which is known as the Hofmann voltmeter. So this is a simple construction of the Hofmann voltmeter, and this is the picture of the Henry Cavendish. Next, we have the composition of the water by volume. Basically, water contain, as according to its formula, two parts of the hydrogen, and it contain one part of oxygen by volume. And this ratio is determined experimentally by the process which is known as the electrolysis of water. And it just happened in an apparatus. The name of the apparatus is Hofmann's voltmeter, and this just happened basically in the presence of an electrolyte, and electrolyte are the substances that conduct electricity when they are in the solution form. And when there is a passage of the electricity through the acidified water, so the water that we take, it may have some acid in it. It produces the two parts of the hydrogen, and it produces one part of the oxygen. So let's have a look on this simple experiment. This is the Hofmann voltmeter. Here we have the dilute sulfuric acid, and it is attached to the battery. The one is anode, and the negative end is known as the cathode. So it is attached to the battery, which is a DC supply or direct current. When they are attached, it is filled up with the electrolyte, and the water is just added. What we just have a look, that it produces the oxygen gas and the hydrogen gas. Now here the volume of the oxygen we have just 1, and the double volume of the hydrogen is produced. From that, in this we just take the solution of water plus sulfuric acid, and when just current started to pass out, it produces the oxygen gas and the hydrogen gas. So this is the composition of water by volume. Then we have the composition of water by mass. Basically, the composition of water by mass, it is composed of one part of hydrogen and eight parts of oxygen. Eight parts of oxygen, and that was proved by the Joseph Proust. Experimentally proved that hydrogen and oxygen are combining in the water, and their ratio is 1 ratio 8 by mass. Now, how it just produced, or it just happened, let's have a looking at experiment or its calculation. Here we have to find percentage composition of the water by mass. As we know, the formula of the water is H2O. The mass of the hydrogen in water, as two hydrogen atoms are present, so it is taken as 2.0 gram. And the mass of oxygen is water, as it is only oxygen one atom is present, and the atomic mass of oxygen is 16, so it is 16.0 gram. Now the calculation, we have to find the percentage of hydrogen and percentage of oxygen. The simple method to find the percentage, its formula, we have the mass number of that atom of an element divided by the total mass of the compound and multiply it with the 100. Then we will be able to find the percentage of that element in the compound. So we are going to apply this formula, as the atomic mass of hydrogen is 2, 18 is of water, multiplying with 100 it is 11%, and the oxygen is 16 divided by 18 multiplied by 100 it is 88.9%. So this was the simple percentage. Now how we can get the ratio between hydrogen and oxygen? Hydrogen is almost 11.11% and the oxygen is 88.88%. So the ratio here we gain, it is 1:8. So hydrogen is present by 1 part and the oxygen is present by 8 part in the water molecule. So this is the simple composition or the percentage composition of the water by mass. Remember, here's the part of that compound which is known as the mass number of the atom, and the whole is the total mass of the compound. And total mass of the compound, here we have water molecule, hydrogen is 1 multiplied by 2 plus oxygen 16, then its mass number is 18.0 gram per mole, and the total percentage is 1:8. So this was all about today's lecture. I hope you guys understand, and if you have any queries you may ask me about that in the comment section. And the next topic that we will discuss, it is the unique quality of water. For that time, you guys keep learning and have a good day.